Rev up your engines! Here's the best deal I've seen in decades. It's a 2008 Toyota Tundra. They'll go from generally $12,000 to $21,000. This guy got it for less than $1,000. He paid $900. And yes, it's the whole truck. It isn't like one side smashed in. As you can see, the other side is perfectly fine. The only thing that really broke was, after he got it, he broke the plastic handle on it. So now he opens the hatch by hand. He's going to get a handle for it, but he opens it by hand and locks it by hand now. It is four-wheel drive. Got the fender flares. It's got still pretty decent BF Goodrich tires on it, back and front. Yeah, the rims are a little pitted. You can clean them and repaint them if you want. Now, these earlier Tundras, Toyota had a point to prove. They overbuilt them. As you can see, we open the door. This baby was built in the original factory in Indiana. The guy's a plumber, and he wanted this for his country place. So he wanted a four-wheel drive vehicle. You can see he took the seats out because he uses it for work. He even came with a really nice toolbox too. The liner's still in good shape. Spent its life in the South, Tennessee, and now Georgia. Now the Tundra was the first big V8 full-size pickup truck Toyota ever made. They started making them in '99 in Indiana. Now they make them in San Antonio. The big 5.7 V8 engine with the I-Force engine. Get this crap out of the way. And since it's an 08, no messy timing belts to worry about it as a timing chain. They are overbuilt. I know a guy, he's got one. He towed 20,000 pounds of pig iron. That's a lot of weight. They're not rated for that. And he didn't go on the highway. He stayed on rural roads going 35, 40 miles an hour. But it made it there and back. Now, it almost blew the tires on his trailer. But it didn't harm his Tundra. It's still rolling off. He did that a couple of years ago. He's still driving it. We'll go inside, start her up, see what she sounds like. Starts right up. Now you do see the four-wheel highlight flashing and the tire pressure monitoring, so first thing we're going to do is scan it. But listen to that engine. It's purring away. Sure, the headlamps are a little foggy, but you can polish that out. Just listen to the exhaust. This thing's running like a cat. A big one, a tiger. We'll plug in the diagnostic scanner. We'll take it off trip, put it on odometer. It's got 249,000. Computer knows what it is. Tundra FE engine. Tells you the mileage. That's all right. V8. Now it does show a failure knock sensor too. But as you can see on the dash, there's no inspection. This is a state that does not do inspections. Or I should say where he lives in Georgia doesn't. He's out of town of like 800 people. They don't do emissions testing. The big cities, I guess, do, but where he is, they don't, so he didn't have to worry about it. Tire pressure monitoring system has codes. The transmitters aren't working anymore. I'm sure they've been long gone. Now, unfortunately, this scan tool doesn't have enough data, so I'm going to this top of the line Think tool instead, which goes to show you that you got to pay big money if you're going to start analyzing complex systems like four-wheel drive. A regular scan tool, even that scan tool, it's $400 or $500 scan tool. It doesn't access that data. And we're going to do a smart scan of everything. Here it goes. Now we can see more information. These are all airbag codes. That has nothing to do with four-wheel drive. C codes for the servos and the AC, that has nothing to do with the four-wheel drive either. Showing it's not telling the computer to go. And the way this computer system is set up, often if the switch is flashing 4 high, it means that it will not go into four-wheel drive high. So I've erased the codes with all talent. We're gonna go on a road test because this thing is old, had codes. I've erased them all. We're going to take it for a road trip and see which codes come up first. And that shows what systems are having problems, which could actually explain why the four-wheel high is flashing. And when this is flashing, that means the four-wheel drive system isn't operative. No, otherwise you can see this thing drives like a top. Doesn't have any misfires, runs perfectly fine. Stops, doesn't creak. Hey, for a $900 V8 Toyota Tundra, you know, it's a good deal. We'll take it to our little drag strip in the sky. Here we go. And that'll also tell us something. Today it's going to actually serve a practical purpose. We'll hurry up here before somebody gets behind us. Nobody's behind us now, so we'll stop and we'll take off. You can hear those tires spin. Well, that shows we're only in rear-wheel drive. Like I said, the four-wheel drive is inoperative because the front tires didn't do anything, the back one squealed. But other than only operating two-wheel drive, hey, takes off. Kind of scary. Now, if you ever mess around with these or any car today, you take it for a little trip, then you shut it off for a few minutes and start it again, because a lot of codes will not trip if you just take one trip. They won't show. You got to shut it off, start it up again, and drive some more, so it sees it's on the second trip. And a lot of the codes will then trip the second time around after you reset them. Shut it off and let it sit a little while here. Now, other than the four-wheel drive system not working, hey, this thing runs like a scalded ape. Now, you can see from the sensors we're getting weird data. It's saying that the number 4 tire was minus 50 degrees Celsius, while the others are 22, 23, which is what they're supposed to be. And that the number 4 tire pressure is 100 kPa, that's instead of P, and the others are 449.35. So the computer's getting weird data. Now we'll check the tires to make sure it's not a mistake. I'm sure it's a mistake in the computer reading system is screwed up, but we'll check the tire pressures, because it says 1 is so much lower pressure. Now that 449 is like 62 psi per square inch, so I doubt if he's got that, and 100 would be only 14 psi. So let's get a gauge out here. Well, it looks like the readings are squirrely, because the left front is 39 psi, and the left rear is 58. The right rear, we'll check that. That's 54. We'll see what the right front is. That's 52. Well, one, the tire pressure's all wrong. But the reading that the computers get is squirrely all over the place. It thinks the tire pressures are super low on one and it is high on the others. Now, just for giggles, I'm sure it won't fix anything. I'll put it to a normal tire pressure. As you can see, the suggested is 30 psi cold. Well, they're hot now, so we'll make them all 33 psi now. At least now all the tires are exactly the same at 33 pounds. So we'll do another road test. See what the scan tool says. It turns out that now they're all 100 kPa. They're all exactly the same. So we're taking for another road test. Well, now we know the tire pressure sensors are working right. They are all the same. It had way too much pressure. But unfortunately, the wheel speed sensors aren't working. So it's still flashing because it knows the pressure, but it has no idea what the wheel speeds are. And the four-wheel drive system needs to know the wheel speeds, which it doesn't know. It's not going to turn it on. It's the problem with computer stuff. Four-wheel drive, you had a lever to mechanically shift it in. This is all done electronically. You got a problem with the electronic system, it will not go into four-wheel drive. So as it stands, the transmission shifts perfectly fine, but it doesn't have four-wheel drive now. Now, at least we have the right tire pressure, but if you look at the data, now it's showing that all the tires are different temperatures. It says 25 on 1, that makes sense, because it's Celsius. It says 24 on 2, but it says minus 50 on 3, and minus 50 on 4. Well, it's not minus 50 degrees Celsius, so the system's breaking down. It would probably need new sensors for the TPMS to work, but since it's not getting the data for the rotational speed, it won't let it go into four-wheel drive. See, as we're moving here, it doesn't show the speed. It doesn't show that we're moving, and it should. So there you have it, a smooth running V8 Tundra for $900. Unfortunately, it's not four-wheel drive anymore. You could spend a lot of time and money messing with the electronics. Runs perfect the way it is. Unfortunately, like I said earlier, the old style ones were mechanical. You'd put it into four-wheel high, four-wheel low, pretty much bulletproof. The real old Toyotas that I worked on when they had trucks with the big old straight 6-cylinder engine in them, they had mechanical four-wheel drives and they never broke. They were bulletproof. Electronic stuff, you know it's gonna break. Such a beautiful looking and running truck for 900 bucks. Hey, I'd take it. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.